would never have dreamed about seeing something like this in my lifetime. This is science fiction. This is RipX. It's music software that changes the game forever. Hello, this is David, and RipX, that is playing in the back right here, is a true game changer. Typically, when you're working with music, if you want to say, try to figure out a song, well, that song is going to be printed on a media, a CD, an MP3 on your computer, and it's a file, and you'll have to try to decipher what's going on in the back. Well, let's back up a little bit. When those songs are made, they're made of different tracks in the recording studio. There will be one track for a guitar, one track for, or several tracks for the drums, one track for the bass, the keyboard, and so forth. And once all that is assembled, all that is mixed, it's basically being printed on a single file, right? MP3, WAV file, whatever it is. And if you want to go back and hear what the original tracks were individually, well, you have to get a hold of the session files, right? All those tracks. And they're hard to come by sometimes. Not anymore. So let's jump into the software and I'll show you what this is about. Okay, we're gonna start by importing a track into RipX. And you see those different things happening on the screen there? Different lines, different colors and stuff like that. Those are the notes in the instruments, the real ones. It recognized that this track has all these instruments here on the bottom right, and I can solo them. So I solo the drums, the kick, and the bass. See what happens? There's no more guitar. Each track has been basically extracted from that single file. So as guitar players, that means so many things. Well, first of all, we can maybe figure out what's being played on the guitar. Let's try that. Okay, my first step is to solo the guitar track right here. And then I'm going to select maybe the first couple bars. And by the way, see on the bottom of the app here, the bars, it recognized automatically where those bars are. It recognized the tempo, 110 beats per minute. It's all doing that automatically. This is amazing. So I'm going to select my first 2 bars right here, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, so let's try to figure that out. I'm cheating because it's my song. I already know what's going on, but if you have trouble doing that, we can slow that down too. Right-click on the timeline, click Change Tempo. It's 110 beats per minute. We're going to change that to maybe 95. And once we figured out the guitar part, we can do this the other way around. We can mute the guitar track. So now all the other instruments are going to play, allowing us to have a backing track. Yes, I'm using some of my own recordings here. That's just for copyright purposes. However, this also works great with any album. RipX is perfect to figure out exactly what the original guitar tracks are doing. All right, let's go a little further in the song, and I want to show you something interesting. I'm going to go back to my full track, and I'm going to go to the solo section. There it is. Let's just select this bar right here. I'm going to isolate the guitar. Okay, so this is what we have. I can click on each of these notes individually, giving me a better idea of what's going on. And I can also look at the keyboard. So this right here is an E for this note right here. E, G, D. E, G, D, let's check on our guitar. Now I'm not playing it that way. You can hear that the first note is bended, like that. But that is a very, very useful feature also, where you can actually see the notes that are happening. Now, if, this is another amazing thing, if you don't like that note, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you don't, you can change it. You can drag it. So instead of having this, This means that if you recorded a song in the studio and there's this one note that is maybe slightly out of tune and you can't go back to the studio to retrack, well, you can. You can change it in post now. You can just import your file into Ripex, export it, and print your CD again, and nobody will ever know. Not only does Ripex allow you to change the pitch of those notes, but also the timing, which is awesome for backing tracks and grooves. Let's check that out. The blue line here is the bass. We're gonna change that. So instead of having that long note, we're gonna change the groove slightly for something like ba, ba-dum, instead of the long bum. So that's really easy to do. I'm gonna take that first note. I'm gonna shorten that. So there's a note on top here. I'm gonna delete that note. I don't want it. Okay. Now, if I want to add something to that groove, I can do that too. So I'm going to go back to the backing track. I'm going to take this note, I'm going to copy it, and we'll try something like ba 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 bum, something like that maybe. So I'm going to go right here, paste. It's almost like working with MIDI, but you're in an audio mode. Let's see what that sounds like. It's amazing. You can completely change the arrangement of a song. Okay, let's try to work with another track. I have another one here. We're gonna loop the first 4 bars here. So on the bottom, the blue stuff, that's the bass. And then we're gonna change the color a little bit here. See that light blue color for the guitar? We're gonna change that to a different color. Okay, so you can see that a little bit better. I'm gonna mute the guitar. It's amazing, just amazing. If I solo the guitar, so I have 2 guitar tracks here going on. I have the lead and the rhythm. We'll use that as a backing track. And I'm only scratching the surface here because in addition to muting tracks, soloing tracks, changing the pitch of the notes individually, deleting notes, extending the length of a note, shortening it, copying, pasting notes, rearranging the whole song, you can also add some effects to all these notes if you'd like. Once you selected your notes, you just click on Add Effects, and these are the different effects you have. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave a link in the description of this video for you to download a free demo of Ripex. Install it, import one of your favorite songs, isolate the guitar, figure out what the guitar is doing, remove the guitar, use the real track as a backing track, play with it. There's so many things you can do with that. Be creative, and it's gonna blow your mind. It has blown mine. Check it out, Ripex, and you can also click right here to download your free demo. Thanks for watching this. Have fun with this. This is a real game changer. Enjoy.